Friend, let me get straight to it. Have you ever poured yourself into a relationship, your time, your attention, your best energy, only to find out that the other person could just walk away? Now replace relationship with career. That's the sting of the hustle culture truth. You can dedicate your whole life to your work, but your work can turn around and dump you. No warning, no thank you, and no care for what you sacrificed to keep it all going. It happens to the best of us. I've been there. Many of my clients have been there. Jennifer Romolini, the author of Ambition Monster, has been there. She calls it like it is. The ambition monster feeds off your need for recognition, your people pleasing, and your habit of saying yes when your soul is screaming no. Today, we are going to unpack why that happens, how to spot it sooner, and what freedom really looks like once you start setting boundaries. And I'm also going to give you a sneak peek into my upcoming book, Radical Resilience, because this is the exact kind of pattern that book was written to dismantle. Welcome to Mindset Medicine with Dr. Tanya Berfield, where science meets soul, burnout meets boundaries, and high-achieving women finally stop performing and start healing. I am a resilience and transformation expert, nervous system strategist, and recovering overfunctioner just like you. This podcast is your sanctuary for breaking cycles, rewriting stories, and reclaiming your energy, your peace, and your power. Each week, we blend neuroscience, somatic practices, and spiritual truth to help you unlearn the noise and remember who you really are. You're not broken. You're breaking free. And this is your medicine. When Romolini talks about the ambition monster, she's not just talking about working hard. I'm here for working hard. What she's talking about is the compulsion to over-deliver, not because the work always deserves it, but because deep down, we have been taught that our worth is measured in our output. And the wild thing is, the system rewards that until it doesn't. I remember early in my career sitting in my office long after the building had gone dark. My desk lamp was the only light that's still left on in the entire building. I was trying to catch up on email that no one even cared about. Absolutely exhausted. At that time, I thought if I just keep going, if I prove that I am indispensable, they will see my value. But here's the nugget that nobody told me back then. Or maybe I just wasn't ready to hear it. Work will never love you back. Your job can drop you in a heartbeat, whether it is through restructuring, downsizing, new leadership, or just budget cuts. No matter how loyal you are, that work is not built to be loyal to you. When that truth finally sinks in, that the system will take as much as you give it and still let you go, it is no wonder that your body eventually will throw up the white flag. That's why burnout is not a personal failure. It is your body's way of saying, I cannot keep living like this. That is burnout. Burnout is not personal failure. It is a symptom. It's your body saying, I will not keep running on empty just to keep you in a system that's draining you. Physically, burnout floods your system with cortisol until your body forgets what safe feels like. Your prefrontal cortex, that part of your brain that helps make you wise, that helps you to make wise and strategic decisions, starts to go offline. Your immune system weakens, your sleep becomes restless, and joy starts to feel like something you used to know, not something you can actually feel. In Radical Resilience, I write, burnout is not a badge. It is a smoke signal. Recognition isn't about admitting weakness. It's about declaring that you're done living in a way that is killing you. And for so many women that I work with, that's the moment that they finally stop thinking they're broken and start realizing that they are breaking free. Recognition is the point where you stop lying to yourself about how fine you are. It's when you stop explaining away tension headaches, irritability, the constant edge that you are always feeling. It's when you say, I am doing too much for too little in return. And I am not talking about money. I am talking about joy. Romolini puts it perfectly. She says, inside me is a hungry, terrified, security craving goblin. Someone afraid that if I slow down even for a second, I might never be able to start up again. And sometimes our bodies try to wake us up in louder ways. She recounts standing on a stage 10 minutes into a speech when her voice literally cracks, a full body check engine light that said something is deeply wrong. For me personally, recognition came after a project that I poured months into was suddenly shelved. No warning, no conversation, just gone. I went home that night, sat in my car, and I thought, if my value here can vanish overnight, then why am I handing them my health, my weekends, and my peace, my family time, all of it? Why am I handing that to them? So here's what happens next. Recognition leads to boundaries. Boundaries are not about pushing people away. They're about keeping you anchored in your own life. Romolini describes that terrifying and liberating act of not being constantly available, of closing the laptop at 5 p.m. and walking away without guilt. And that's where so many of my clients get stuck. Because when you have built your identity around being the go-to, saying no feels like you're breaking the law. But here's the truth. Boundaries are not selfish. They are self-respect in action. Not self-care, self-respect. They tell the world, my time is valuable, my energy is finite, and I get to decide how I spend both. Freedom isn't just a thought, it's a nervous system shift. When you finally stop white knuckling your day, your body drops into what is called the ventral vagal state, a space of safety, of connection, and of openness. This is where creativity wakes up again. This is where joy does not feel like a rare treat. It feels like breathing. And this is where you start remembering who you were before you became a job description. Here's something I tell every woman who comes into my work. Your worth is not up for debate. You did not earn it through your job, and you cannot lose it when your job changes. The ambition monster thrives on this belief that worth must be earned, and that is why it is absolutely exhausting. The moment that you reject that belief, the monster starts to lose its grip. Let's pause together right now. If you can, sit down whatever is in your hands, whatever you're holding on to, and we're just going to go to this one point. These are your K27 points, and it's like flipping that breaker on the hustle-induced static in your body. So find this point. Place your fingers right below your collarbones. You'll feel about an inch below your collarbones. You'll feel a little indentation right there, just a little slight dip. That's it. And so I want you to use your fingertips and gently but firmly tap on both points at the same time. And while you're doing that, I want you to inhale deeply through your nose for the count of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I want you to exhale slowly through your mouth for the count of 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Fantastic. Keep going. You're going to repeat that for 3 or 4 breaths. So here we go. Inhale. Exhale. Again. And exhale. Again. Inhale. Exhale. One more. Inhale. And exhale. Keep going. And now I want you to say to yourself, I choose to protect my energy. Inhale. I choose to protect my energy. Exhale. I choose to protect my energy. Fantastic. Just rub that for 1 second. Nice deep breath. So good. That is it. Just a few seconds of chest tapping can help signal your nervous system that you are not in danger. You can let go of the tension and you can choose yourself right now. So, friend, if you are ready to quiet that ambition monster and start living in a way that actually feels like it is yours, I wrote Radical Resilience for you. It comes out in the middle of October. I cannot wait to share it with you, to have it in your hands. Until then, grab the Anxiety Reset Toolkit. It is on my website, www.drtanyab.com/anxiety. The link is in the notes. Share this episode with a friend who is always too busy to breathe. And just remember, I'm always here for you. I love you.